Hi guys, I've had a couple quick questions about using MyFitnessPal and the nutrition tracker. A lot of the other nutrition trackers will be similar, but may have some subtle differences. So if you have specific questions about different trackers, just send me an email and ask. I started today, so I just entered some things for today. I'm going to go through a couple of examples and also what you do with the data once you get it. Okay, so I've entered in my breakfast, entered in lunch, and I entered in dinner, or sorry, snacks. Just as a quick standard thing, I'm not going to say this isn't what I've eaten, but this is just a bit of a framework. If I was going to do dinner now, you go add food, and let's say I had some pizza. And also, just as a quick note, if you look down below, everything you've ever entered in at dinner will show up below. Okay, so that you can then do, if you eat a similar diet, or if you are eating something similar on Monday, something similar on Tuesday over time, it'll show up. Okay, so, but if you I type in pizza, search it, and it shows me all kinds of different variations for pizza. Okay, so let's say, so for example, my wife is we've been eating gluten-free, so a cauliflower pizza is a gluten-free pizza. Half a pizza, because they are relatively small, is one serving. Okay, you see here, and then you can, if you needed to change the serving, so if I ate the whole pizza, I would turn that to 2. Okay, I say I ate half the pizza and add it to my food diary. It shows up. Okay, and if you cycle down to dinner, there it is. Okay, if I also had, what would I have with my pizza? Let's say I had a salad. Okay, again, there's a whole bunch of variations that come up. If you go to the grocery store, you see a bag salad, different types of salad. Let's say, for argument's sake, I had a Caesar salad, and also had, now a plate is a pretty big suggestion, so you can change, I guess you can leave it there. You can change this, so if I only had half a plate, then I can just turn it to 0.5. Okay, so that turns it to half of a serving. Okay, and then you cycle down, see here it's 100 calories, blah blah blah. It's not exact, but it's pretty good. All right, now now that this is a completed day, okay, I would like you to take a look at this data across the bottom. You could look at your little pie chart here as well. I'm not going to enter in water today, but you can certainly enter in water. All you have to do is just plus 7 cups, and it goes, or plus a cup, plus 2 cups, and I'm at 7 cups. My water consumption's been pretty good since we've come home. Here's my recommended daily amounts. So my daily goal. So I'm a little bit under there. I'm a little bit under on carbs. I'm a little bit under on fat, and I'm a little bit under on protein. Okay, and then sodium, I'm below it, but that's probably where I want to be anyways. And then sugar, I'm pretty close to it. I wouldn't want to add too much more in the way of sugar. Okay, but my comments would then come out of this data, and I might say that I would like, in order to get my calories a little bit higher, I could sub something else in at snack, right? So in my comments, I might type, I could have a granola bar during afternoon break. You know how, if you think of a traditional school day, during your break between classes, whatever. If you think about the example that I posted a while ago, so here's just an example of some comments. So his fruits were really low. And you can make that assessment based on what you know is in the diet. I need to add more fruit like apples, plums, peaches as snacks throughout the day. So there's identified a problem and then made a specific recommendation. Poor day for vegetables as well. So he didn't eat a lot of vegetables that day. I should look to add vegetables like lettuce, cucumber, or carrots to dinner or as snacks during school. So again, identified the problem, came up with a solution, and put in 2 specific spots where he could have made those changes. And then lacking potassium and fiber, and he put trend because he had that on a number of other days. I should change the cereal at breakfast, specific recommendation at a specific time of day, and a better choice of bread on my sandwich at lunch. Again, he's looked at this problem and he can solve it with one of these two solutions, right? Now, if you go back to my data, if I'm low in calories, and I make a little suggestion about adding something, then I could also make a comment that my calories will probably come up because I'm going to be adding a granola bar at break, so on and so forth. So you're looking to do about 3 per day. All right. Now, if I cycle, I'm just going to cycle back one day just as a random thing. Okay. So here it is all empty, right? This is what you get when you start. If I go to add food at breakfast, I almost always eat oatmeal for breakfast, right? It kind of keeps track of the ones that you've used. Okay. And because I almost always eat oatmeal and I always put milk, and I got to switch my milk because we've gone back to 2%. I always have coffee. Okay. And I almost always have blueberries on my oatmeal. And then I add checked, and it immediately puts that entire thing right in for me. Okay. So you can really ease your life. If you're eating a pretty standard breakfast or a pretty standard lunch or anything along those lines. Okay, so that's just a rough overview of what I'm looking for in the nutritional assessment. Remember, I'm not marking you on any of this. Okay, this is just your data. Okay, so what I got here when we talked about this stuff down the bottom, this is like your experiment, if you will, or the data that you've collected. And then when you go to the comment section, and you put this into your presentation, this is what you're actually getting graded on. Okay, your quality of your comments, the fact that you're making 2 or probably 3 comments per day, but the idea that you identify the problem and then come up with some specific changes and think about where in your actual day you're going to put them. Okay. If anybody needs a hand with anything, just send me an email, especially if there's something that isn't clear with what we just talked about. Okay. Hope all is well. I'll talk to you soon, guys.